Hey, what's good? Candice Avery is an author, the creator of Fashionably Late Mentorship Program, as well as a podcast host. She also serves as the Director of Community Engagement at Black Education Station, where she works to expand access to education and empower Black children through community-driven learning. This is my conversation with Candice Avery. Before we get into it, remember to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some clothes that I think would look good on you. Let's go. You know I'm big on education, and you know that I've been introducing you to people that want to improve our kids' lives when it comes to education. And we spoke to a very motivated young man by the name of Hotep a few weeks ago, and he had introduced me to Black Education Station. This is Candice Avery from Black Education Station. Hi,
Hey there, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Happy to be here.
Thank you for coming.
All right,
I know
thank
we're at the tail end of your day.
yes.
So
Yeah,
thank you for taking time to come and talk.
of course.
Um,
I love any opportunity to talk about BES.
yeah. How did you get involved with Black Education Station?
Ooh, it's a long story, and I'm not going to give you the bullet points. I'm actually going to give you the long story.
Yes, ma'am.
So my background is actually pretty diverse. I come from an a healthcare background. So I graduated from Spelman College in 2004 with a bachelor's degree in psychology pre-med.
Isn't that where Dr. Huxtable went?
Hillman, okay, funny story. So Hillman is the college that they reference in the Cosby Show in Different World, which is not a real college, but it was actually filmed on the campus of the college that I went to. So it was the footage that you see
Uh-huh.
on Different World, like they show the dorm that I stayed in, they show like some of the
That's
buildings.
cool.
But yeah, so yes and no, I guess. is the but yeah, so 2004 psychology pre-med, and kind of the summer after I graduated, I hung out with some doctors, did some shadowing in healthcare, and decided that being a doctor wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. But I did have a heart for taking care of people and patient care. So I went and got a bachelor's degree in nursing. So I became an
Nice.
RN, and I was an RN for a little over a decade. I worked in high energy places. I'm a high energy adrenaline junkie. Um,
Ah.
I worked in cardiac ICUs. Like I jumped right into the ICUs. I worked in the operating rooms, and then eventually I moved into leadership positions. So I worked in leadership, developed a few programs, and then started getting burnt out when it came to the work. I just wasn't loving it anymore.
Mhm.
And then this is probably maybe one of the only times you'll ever hear this, but thank goodness COVID happens. Yeah, so during COVID,
Before I let you go, I'm one of the few people on this planet that can say thank God for Fidel Castro.
oh, oh, why? Please, I need to hear this story.
It was because of him that my dad escaped Cuba, and then he met my mom here in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
bad things. I'm sorry it happened, Cuba, but thankfully.
Yes, yes, it worked out for you. Thank goodness. But so
So
during
thank God for COVID.
after COVID, I took some time off from work because my daughter, she was in second grade, bless her heart. But she was a second grader and her school closed, like a lot of schools across the country did. And I ended up,
They closed or they shut down?
they shut down for, it was only like a couple of months.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the school was, they were like, we're doing online learning, um, which was so much fun for a very energetic second grader who at the time was very much into Disney princesses.
Yeah.
So I have several pictures of her doing online learning, wearing a full princess dress. I have videos of some of her teachers. Olivia, stop jumping on the bed. Come back to the like it was It was a wild time, okay? It was crazy. Um,
I do some work with this place. I forget what it's called now, but it's where professionals go into virtual meeting into a classroom
okay,
for high school and grade school students, and I talk to them about animation and multimedia and stuff like that.
okay.
And during COVID, I'd be talking, but all the kids would turn off their cameras, but nobody told me that they were gonna do that, so I'm talking and I'm waiting for some reactions, and nothing is happening, and I'm like, ba."
It was such a time. I mean, and then just like even now, what are we technically, what, 3 years after COVID
Mhm,
or 4,
mhm.
and you still see a lot of virtual, like, I hate it. I hate virtual everything because I'm a face-to-face person.
Mhm.
I feel like people don't get me unless we're, like, in the same room, you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
So,
yep.
the virtual stuff, like, kills me every time. Like, there's so many conferences, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna be virtual this year." I'm like, "Why?" Like, I cannot participate. Well, except for podcasts, of course. Virtual
I
podcast,
wish I could do this live. It'd
yeah.
be so much fun.
So what's funny, and we can talk a little bit about this later, but my daughter and I have a podcast. So she's 12 now.
Oh, cool.
She's a middle schooler, and we have a podcast
What's it called?
called the Fashionably Late Show. And Fashionably Late is a brand that I've developed that I'll go into in a little bit. But it's called the Fashionably Late Show, and late is an abbreviation, so there's like a dot in between every letter. But we're on YouTube. We only have a couple of episodes because she's so busy, and she insisted on being my co-host, but then she's so unavailable. But so much fun to film with her. Like, this is actually where I am now, is our little podcast filming space.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, and just like just to hear how she thinks and processes things as a 12-year-old. And then just kind of sharing with her my thoughts. Like, it's amazing. So like I love podcasts.
Yeah.
I love like you said, being in person is amazing as well. But yeah, so that's just a little tidbit about kind of where I am as a mother and apparently podcast co-host. Um, 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 but during COVID, as I was home with her, trying to help her learn and focus, it really gave me a better appreciation for educators. My mom was actually a teacher.
Mhm.
Um, I like to say most of her life. She actually, when she passed away, she was, I think, still considered like full time, even though she had it, like she was like using vacation for a year because she was unwell. But she taught her whole life, and
Nice.
COVID really gave me a better appreciation for the education space.
And
Um,
imagine having to do it with, like, 15 to 20 kids.
not imagine, like, I don't know how they do, like, it gave me, like, a
Ain't no way.
newfound respect for teachers for sure. But it also showed me some, like, holes and gaps in the education system, honestly, just the
Yeah.
way, um I started looking into like how are teachers trained, how, what are the systems like and the strategies in schools. Needless to say, I did not go back to work as a teacher, as a nurse. I actually transitioned into working in education. So I started partnering with a group of education consultants.
Mhm.
And basically, the skills that I had learned in my leadership training and the program that I've developed for leaders, I was able to translate that into the education space. And essentially that's how I met up with the owners of Black Education Station, and they pulled me in to help with community engagement and outreach in that space. So
Oh, cool.
story short, that
That's why it was easy to get at. We went straight to the source. That's awesome.
exactly. So that's how I became a part of the network. And so now I work with community engagement. And then also my daughter hosts a show on the network as well called House of Wonder. So she is a
House
show
of Wonder?
that makes me a producer.
That is so cool.
Yes. But I love it. I love the network and the message and the mission. and just all the people I get to meet in this role as well,
Yeah.
including
So when the owners are they trying to be public? Like, can you say their names? Can you give them a shout out or
and not.
no?
Unfortunately,
Okay.
stay
Yeah.
behind the scenes. They want all the attention to be on the network
On the
itself.
app. I appreciate
That's
that.
why I get to be the spokesperson, and I be the public face, I guess, of the network right now. I mean,
Yeah.
eventually, I hope eventually that they will come out, because I think that there are awards and honors in store for them for creating such an amazing brand, but that's just not something that they're ready to do right now.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, whoever you are, thank you.
That's, I'm sure they'll be watching this interview.
Yeah. If they're successful and they care about the app as much as to finance it without looking for all the glamour behind it,
Mm.
it speaks volumes. We see where you're coming from.
They actually developed it kind of as we were coming out of COVID. I don't even know. Like I do the air quotes when I talk about COVID, because like, are we ever out of COVID? I mean, it's just
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
we just decided it's over as a community, and so it's over. But technically, people are still getting sick. Um, but during
Yeah, for real.
we're coming onto the tail end of like all the quarantines and all of those things that were going on. It's when they created Black Education Station, because they have young children. Well, they had young children at the time, and they wanted to have everything in a space
Mhm.
where those children could, number one, see representation of themselves, have a place where they could go and not worry about, ads and things like that, because the network, it still doesn't have ads. It's completely supported by this family.
Mhm.
And they wanted to just have something safe for their children during that time. And thankfully, for other children around the world, they decided to share that with all of us. So,
So the app does reach globally.
as it sure does.
Yes, I love hearing that. So how I wanna take a look at the app, but from different people's point of view, yeah?
Okay.
Okay. As the app, as Candice,
Mhm.
when they first pitched you on becoming the community, uh,
Director of Community Engagement.
director of community engagement, thank you. What was it about the app that made you say, of course, let's do this"? The
Um,
app itself.
the app itself, it looks amazing. So a lot of times when you hear of something that is kind of like a startup, for lack of better words,
Mhm.
it can be bootleg. Just to be completely honest, it can be bootleg.
Been there, done that. I mean,
Yeah. So, yeah,
yeah.
So that's even, when it was first presented to me, it looks like it when you open it, it looks beautiful. When you
Mhm.
go on to see the different shows, it looks like Netflix to me. It looks like
Hmm.
high quality. The layout of it was beautiful. So that would to me was like, it's like, okay, they are putting some money into this, and they are making sure that this is something that is, going to be engaging for children, and also, easy to use,
Mhm.
um, and just beautiful. So that was my big thing, was like, wow, this really, looks amazing, and it looks like something that is
The look
changing.
and feel when you're different, I don't know if you know this much about me, but I've done software development, software design. I've been on software teams all over the place, everywhere.
Did not know that.
Look and feel is one of those things that we always talk about.
Mm.
What good is your content if it looks and feels trashy?
Right, right.
So
Yeah, so
that's a very important thing.
yes, and then the fact that it's in all of these app stores, like, it's not like, "Oh, you just have to go to this website, that's the only way you can access it." You
Mhm.
can go there are so many different ways you can get to it. To me, also just spoke volumes to how much they valued the content and
Hmm.
kinda get it out there.
So it is a lot like Netflix. It is a lot like YouTube where the content lives.
Yes, I would say more like, I usually compare it to like a Netflix and PBS Kids had a baby, uh,
Okay.
and then the baby was black. That is kind of the analogy that I use.
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious.
That's basically that's basically it in a nutshell. Because you can download it from any app store. So you can go on the website, blackeducationstation.com, watch it that way. Or
Yeah.
go into your Apple, your I can't remember what the store is called, the App Store on your phone, or you can go in
Mhm.
Play, or you can go into any of these other places. The thing that I love is watching it on Roku. That's my favorite because you're getting like the big screen kind of,
Yeah.
you're able to watch it on TV. Um, but you still
That's
get
amazing. You guys are everywhere, everywhere.
everywhere. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. How much of this connectivity, meaning the different ways to connect to the content, how much of that was in place when you got there?
So the strategy itself was already in place. I came on pretty early on, but all that stuff had kind of already, not everything. So I was able to give some input on um, a few things when it comes to the infrastructure. But
Mhm.
for the most part, it was pretty much set. And the
Okay.
platform use kind of behind the scenes, it's really simple to just be like, yes, I want to hear, hear, hear,
Yeah.
almost like checking a box, like these
Yeah.
are the on it.
Wow.
Um, yeah.
'Cause, again, we're looking at it from your point of view, and I'm trying to think of you're having to sell this thing. So
Yes.
there's a lot of pressure on the owners to have you understand, like, okay, this is where we are. This
Yes.
is where we're going. Do
Mhm.
you want in? And you still said, yeah, I
But
still
yes.
want in.
And, another big thing was I have a child that I knew that this would be helpful for. Like
Yeah.
I remember specifically, she was a big YouTube Kids person. She would watch YouTube Kids.
Hmm.
And at one point, she was watching a video and an ad came up, and I don't even know what it was, but it was something that like basically horrified her. And I don't think she watched YouTube Kids since, like, and that was probably 5 years. Like, she was just like, no, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I can't have like kids around the world scarred from an ad in a space that you're able to control ads. So like to me, that was like a huge deal. Like
Yeah.
being able to have something, and even though she was kind of at the upper age limit for the app, being able to have something like that for her, and then being able to let her be creative in that space too has been a really big plus for me.
Yeah. And I want to go back to something that you said earlier that when I was a kid, I grew up in the 70s. And so everything was still literally black, white, and brown, right?
Yeah.
And it never really clicked in my head that we didn't have anyone to look up to, with the exception of probably Ricky Ricardo.
Mhm. Ricky, I love Lucy. I love Lucy.
My dog Ricky is laying right there.
Oh, such a dog. Love
And
that.
he's Cuban, he's Havanese, so
Oh my
he's right
gosh.
there. Yeah, me too. I love Lucy.
Yeah.
And I had a pit bull that passed away a couple years ago. Her name was Lucy. So for a hot second, I was living my dream of having a dog named Ricky and Lucy.
Yes. That's
There's
amazing.
those little wins. But it never really clicked to me until I started seeing brown people on TV.
Mm.
And now that we got Bad Bunny coming to do the Super Bowl, I'm
Oh.
like, girl, you know I got an attitude.
How excited are you?
Man, this weekend the world is falling apart after what happened in Minneapolis, right? And I was on Instagram Live just like venting because it was a hard one.
Yeah.
What happened was a hard pill to swallow, and so My first bounce back, my first idea when I was getting angry was, "At least Bad Bunny is doing the Super Bowl."
At least we got that. I love it. I love it. My
Yeah.
daughter is, so she's been doing, like, Spanish. She's been, in a dual language program since kindergarten.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
of her day for elementary school, like K through 5, half of her day was in English and the other half was Spanish. So she's pretty
Amazing.
fluent. Yeah, she's pretty fluent, but this year she has her Spanish teacher is a huge Bad Bunny fan. And my daughter actually was in, are you familiar with the movie Caught Stealing, the most recent movie?
Mhm.
My daughter did background in that movie. And I
Okay.
asked, her, did you tell your teacher that you're in a movie with Bad Bunny? And she was like, "Oh man, I forgot to tell her." So she told her, it came, and she was like, she was so excited. I think I'm her favorite student now. Like, yeah, girl, you have to share these things. You know, she loves that man.
So your daughter does extra work?
She does. She does extra work.
Yeah,
When get it and fit it into her schedule. A lot
yeah,
of her acting right now is in musical theater. She loves singing and the dancing and all of that. So
yeah.
that keeps her pretty busy here locally. But I'm always looking for like extra. Like that one was shot in New York, so I was like, we can go to New York. Let's go to New York for a few days. So we went up and we
Hell
were there
yeah.
days, one full day on set, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, she can't watch the movie because it's R. But it was a great experience for her, and
She's got about another, what, 6, 7 years, and then she'll be fine.
yeah, um,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's extra. She, like I said, musical theater is her biggest love right now because she is in a musical theater class right now, and when she
Mhm.
gets, I'll know she's here because I'll hear her singing. Like she sings constantly, constantly.
Might
Um,
as well put her to work.
yeah,
Leverage that.
exactly. So yeah, so that keeps her busy, but she wants to eventually get into film, I
Yeah.
think. So we'll see.
You can tell her I did extra work too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I've always been fascinated by animation and movies and stuff like that. And when I was still in Chicago in college, you know, you
Yeah.
gotta do I'm not gonna go to a Diddy party, but I will go do extra work.
Right, right.
So I've been in, I was on ER a handful of times. And what else? I was in a movie with Alec Baldwin before he started shooting people in the face.
Okay. Good thing you
It's a
got
lot of fun.
there before the shoot.
Yeah, but no, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Is that so ultimately your little girl wants to get into movies and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, she ultimately her ultimate goal is to have like her own little show, like a Nickelodeon sitcom. She's hilarious, so I can see her doing just like some comedic acting. But
This
yeah,
podcast is gonna be a wonderful exercise.
think too if I can get her to do it. She's so busy. Like her schedule, even on Saturday, like it's crazy how busy her schedule is. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to definitely like book filming some episodes with her.
I'd
Um,
be interested in taking a look at your idea
okay.
and what you guys have set up, and maybe I can help, like, make this happen because this needs to happen.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
have a couple on there. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Okay,
We have a couple of
perfect.
those on YouTube already. And the first episode did pretty well, but that's when I had like some downtime and I was able to kind of like advertise it, put the shorts out and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like the YouTube short actually did way better than the actual episode, which was interesting. But yeah, let's definitely talk.
That's more, for the past at least year, maybe a little longer now, YouTube has been taking aim at TikTok. So they push shorts
Okay,
more than they do the actual episode.
that makes sense.
So now the challenge for you and your daughter, but for you guys is You don't wanna fall into the trap of being a shorts maker if your strength or your ultimate goal is the actual video.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Lean into the video, and then like, for me, even this video here, this is the video, but the little shorts and the little clips are like the commercial to come get the bigger thing.
that's kind of what I wanted as like how it would be formatted.
Mhm.
Um, just, time and energy and, trying to fit that.
Yeah,
And that's like, it's a passion project. It's fun.
yeah,
But then you actually have like real work to do. So that's another
right,
part of the challenge is kind of managing all of that
yeah.
media around other stuff.
But I'm assuming it's very similar to my situation with Mike. I was telling you earlier, Mike will come on when he can, but and for those folks that watch regularly C4 explosives, um, but Mike he's out being a wonderful parent,
Mhm.
and but he can't always be on the show. And so we've been trying to figure out how to have one person
Yeah.
being, the producer, whatever, and the other one is the satellite that's like going around. We just need to figure out how to track that satellite.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
We'll talk.
Okay. Good.
So the podcast is called Fashionably Late.
Yes, the Fashionably Late Show. So the name came from the rest of my story of my work in education is I started with leadership training. I've written a few books since I started in that space. And most
Mhm.
recently, I wrote a book basically for Olivia called Fashionably Late. And the late stands for living authentically transformed and empowered. The book
Mm,
itself is based on bedtime stories that I would
mhm.
tell her about myself growing up. But of course, every story there's a lesson. So I tell her about my best friend, and then I ended with, a lesson on that. And so every chapter of the book focuses on a different lesson, and then it has a fashion tip because as I was doing all those other things I described, working in healthcare, all of the transitioning, I on the side am a fashion stylist. So I do personal shopping. Yeah, exactly. So nice.
What is in the water in
I
Atlanta?
I don't have time for
Between you and Hotep.
we like to stay busy, okay? But I love fashion. I've always loved fashion. And actually, when my first idea of entrepreneurship was to be a full-time fashion stylist, but
Mm,
my opportunity to transition into entrepreneurship was during COVID, and nobody cared what people were wearing at that
for
time.
real.
And
Yeah.
so education became kind of something that I started. And then now I love that I've been able to incorporate my love of fashion into my education practice because I've turned it into a curriculum for girls. So it's a mentorship program
Nice.
for girls where we get to talk about all of those challenges
Mhm.
around, resilience and friendships and confidence and all of that. So it's
I
called Fashion.
love that.
Yeah, thank you. It's called Fashionably Late, and so everything I do now is basically fashionably late related. And so the podcast is Fashionably Late. We still talk about some of those topics, as
Uh-huh.
Mother Order. Eventually, when we start bringing on guests, we'll pick a topic for them to discuss, as we go through the show as well. So
Yeah.
that's what we do.
I'm telling you, Atlanta, you guys stay busy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love always having time. Well, and a lot of the work that I do now is creative, which is so much fun for
Yeah.
me. And it really
Were
gives me
you a creative kid coming up?
so as a kid, I was a big reader. So I loved reading.
Okay. That
I was
answers a lot of questions.
a total nerd, straight A.
Uh-huh.
And all, like I tell people I wear glasses now because I would be up all night reading books in the dark because my parents bedtime and I'm like trying to finish whatever chapter of Nancy Drew I was reading. But yes, I was a big nerd, and but I feel like I was always wanting to be creative, but because I was smart and because when I was young, I knew I wanted to be a doctor. I knew I wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Um, so that was kind of my focus, and I didn't really pay attention to any creative things besides writing. I would always write. Um, so being able to kind of shift the focus to that and just kind of tap into that part of me has really been a lot of fun. And like, I don't want to get into all the things that I like, my little side, side quests that I have going on right now, but
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, especially at COVID, like how many projects did you start when COVID hit?
I think I wrote like 3 books during COVID. I've written
See what I'm
5.
saying?
Yeah. And then since then, since I've developed Fashionably Late, like I've developed like a little cartoon character. So now I'm like, what do I do with her? Like I'm making stickers, like I'm doing all kinds of stuff just because it's
Nice.
fun. It's a lot of fun. So now I'm
Yeah.
like, where can I incorporate this girl into all the other things? But just trying to being able to weave everything together and make it work. Like even just being able to have fashion a huge part of this mentorship program. Number one,
Yeah.
it lets me kind of stay in that space. And it also keeps the girls engaged because they want to get to the fashion, which is the fun part. But I use that kind of as the incentive for us to have these other conversations about, the meat and potatoes before we get to the dessert. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's amazing. How is it that Atlanta is supportive? Is it the community or is it just like the energy that you guys are feeding off of each other and you guys just got that hustle mentality no matter what?
I think it's a combination. I definitely
Yeah.
think Atlanta is a space for creatives. There's so much to do here, like in the creative space, but I do sometimes feel like it's kind of saturated with creatives as well. Like
Yeah.
everybody's an artist, everybody's a producer, everybody's a rapper, everybody can sing. Um,
Yeah.
so like being able to kind of maneuver in that space within Atlanta, but for the most part, a lot of the work that I actually do is outside of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Um, my programs are in Texas and Arizona, California, like around the
Okay.
versus here. But yeah, I definitely think that being around other creatives really pushes you to kind of like tap into your own.
Yeah. There's a memory that's bouncing around my head right now. I went karaoke singing in Hollywood
Okay.
once. I didn't sing, I just went.
You're an observer.
Everybody, everybody was outstanding.
Yeah. See,
Everybody.
that would be Atlanta
My friends go, "Get up there, you can sing, you can." I was like, "The hell I can."
compared
Not
to
like that.
this. That's so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
how it
thank
is
you.
here. That's I
We're
mean,
having a good time, I don't wanna ruin it.
do not kill the vibe. But yeah, yeah. And even if they can't sing, they think they can. And
Yeah,
so, you know, it's fun though. It's a fun space to be in.
yeah. That is funny, though. Everybody's creative. Um, Speaking of which, let's say you're a creator. What would a creator how could a creator leverage Black Education Station?
So, we are always looking for content creators, or we call them producers. So, producers
Producers?
of segments on the show. Always. There is certain criteria, of course, that your content has to meet. The primary um, thing is that it has to be educational.
Mhm.
So it has to pass through our educators who are, looking at the content, making sure that it's appropriate. And our age group is ages 0 to 10. So if you have educational content for high schoolers, that's not necessarily going to fit right now. Um, so that's one big thing. It has to be educational. It has to be age appropriate for our age group, and either the main character or the creator has to be Black.
Okay.
Those are the criteria. Outside of that, um, we are always looking for any unique and creative idea that people have. We have music videos on there, which is one of my favorites. We have, of course, like general English alphabet shapes, colors, numbers, those types of things. And then we have some things that are just entertaining, but also have a positive message. So I know you talked to Hotep about Black Lion and Cubs, and that's
Hmm.
one of our pieces of content that's not necessarily, hugely educational. You're not going to use that to teach anything,
Hmm.
but it does have a positive message and it's empowering. So
Yeah.
kind of like that, and then it's amazing to watch too. So kids,
Sure.
that's one of our highest watch shows on the network is Black Lion and Cubs because the kids love it. And then, of course, Hotep's always creating other things to kind of go along with it. I have video games, I have toys, like he has everything to kind of
That
help.
man keeps sending me pictures of things that he's doing.
Always something. So I think that kind of drives the attention to that brand as well, because he goes on a lot of our press tours and he's,
Sure.
talking.
Is that how he got up on stage with Colin Kaepernick?
Actually, that was at an education conference.
Oh,
So
okay.
Hotep is one of the education consultants that I started working with when I moved into the education space. And that was a education conference in Chicago, and they asked him to be a part of a master class with Colin Kaepernick. And it was really good. Like the clips, you've seen the clips.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think he
Hmm.
probably talked more than Colin for the whole, but it was great. So that's how he ended up there. It was for education. But of course, if you're in a room full of educators, how can you not talk about Black Education Station?
It's a must.
Yeah.
It's a must. Yeah. And I mean, I love that. I love that it's Black-centric.
Mhm.
Um, and that people are actually putting in the effort to create educational content. Because again, growing up in the 70s, we were spoiled. It was easy. We turned on the TV and Schoolhouse Rock was on,
But yeah, yeah,
or or Mr. Rogers, or Sesame Street, stuff like that. And we got some folks that are taking all that stuff away. Like, I
yeah.
don't want to pay Netflix to watch Saturday or Sesame Street.
Right. I saw that on Netflix. I was like, Sesame Street is now here. Like it's
Yeah.
yes. So that's one big reason I think why the owners of BES don't want basically outside funding,
Hmm.
definitely not government funding, because then
You
you're
can't
censored.
trust them.
Everything is censored now. Have you
Yeah.
like in the past few days?
Yeah.
So my timeline is not that bad, but my sister, she somehow got kicked off and got back on. She was like, my timeline is completely different. It's like completely censored. I'm not seeing anything that I was seeing before, but they got new ownership. So
Hmm.
again, that goes back to keeping it privately owned, keeping,
Yep.
government hands off of it. That way you can
Yep.
control messaging.
Because if it's not ownership, it's a slave ship.
Exactly. You're such students.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing in real time what it looks like when a country stops investing in education. We're
Yeah.
seeing it in real time.
And it's so sad.
It really is. It really is. We were on such a good track.
We were. Yeah. I mean, there's still time. But for now,
Yeah, that I trust. The only reason I'm way beyond hopeful. I know that change is happening because I'm talking to people that want to make that change.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
I have a front row seat to a bunch of people that are like, "Nah, we good with this.
Yes. No more. No more.
Yeah, we're good." And if you need someone with a big mouth to be the one that starts making noise, I raise my hand every time. I
Nice.
raise my hand every time because no, we can't keep doing this.
Yeah, definitely. We are definitely not on the right trajectory with education right now.
Yeah. With all of the advancements that we have done in technology, uh, we should not be anywhere near whatever level we are. Like out of all the,
Compared to the rest of the world.
yeah, we're like 30, 40, 59,
Embar-
whatever we are.
so embarrassing.
That's crazy. And then as much trash as we talk as a
Yes.
collective, we're
Yes.
not that smart.
We're we're not.
If we were that smart, Elon Musk wouldn't. Well, actually, that's more of a price issue thing.
That's
That's
funny.
more money thing. Yeah, I take that all back. That's why I don't have a job in Silicon Valley now. 'Cause of his old punk ass. Anyway,
Ah,
did you grow up in Atlanta?
no, I actually grew up in Memphis. So Memphis, Tennessee. And then I moved here as soon as I graduated from high school,
Yeah.
college. And so I lived here, got married. We moved to St. Louis. I lived in St. Louis for a couple of years, and
Okay.
then to Ohio. So I lived in Cincinnati for a couple of years. And then and those two moves were for my husband's work. And then I was like,
Mhm.
well, I want to live somewhere fun. So that's how we ended up in Brooklyn. So we lived in New York for 3 years. My favorite, hands down, favorite place to live,
Nice.
outside of Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's really close between New York and Atlanta. But I go back to New York many times a year because I
Yeah.
loved it so much. And I think I know the only reason we are not there anymore is because I got pregnant with Olivia, and my husband and I are both from the Memphis area, and we were like, she can't ride the subway to school. Like we got to get her, gotta drive, we got to get her around family. This is not normal. And then she like 5 or 6 and decides she wants to be an actor. I'm like, oh my gosh, you should have just stayed.
It was right there.
It was right there.
If
Um,
your is your husband supportive of all of your projects and activities and stuff?
he isn't, thank goodness, because with, of course, entrepreneurship, it is very up and down, especially working in education as an entrepreneur right now. It is not anywhere consistent. So I always thank God for him being such a great support system for me. He's not creative at all, but he acts like he understands what I'm saying, and he's always interested in what I'm doing.
Yeah,
So yeah, that financial and emotional support is
that's big.
like I don't know that I could do it honestly without him.
Entrepreneurship is not for everyone, and being the spouse of an entrepreneur is not for everyone either.
True. So true. So true. My dad was always an entrepreneur. So I have these conversations with him a lot. Um, Before my mom passed away, she was getting the steady paycheck. She was a teacher.
Mhm, mhm.
He still made more money than her, but it's that consistency is
Yeah,
something you grab hold to. But it's always
yeah,
fun now having these conversations with him about kind of how it was for the two of them, with him being the entrepreneur. It's a lot of fun.
yeah. Yeah, you as someone with this type of brain that always needs a project and
Yeah.
always needs like it's that I scare people sometimes.
Yes. Yes. It's like, well, what are you working on now? Well, what happened with that other thing? Like, working on 3 things at the same time. What do you mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm putting that to the side for now. It's always fun, like when I'm writing. So I have like a list of like big ideas. I call it my big idea list and different projects that I want to at least start. But one of them is to write a novel. So all of my books have been like training books, like boring stuff.
sure. Yeah,
Except the most recent one, which is, my life story, but it's still not like fiction. I want to write a real fictional, and that's been on my list of like things that I want to do for probably about a year and a half.
yeah,
Um, and at least once a week, probably I go in and I'm like tinkering with the idea. Like I don't even know. like I have like a general idea of what I want it to be about. But
Yeah.
like long story short, my husband's like, so what's happening with the novel? Like what do you I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't but
I
whenever
get that all the
I
time.
I always have to like go away. Like I was like, you'll know when I'm writing it because I'll need to be like away from home for several days to actually work. Like you don't
Yeah.
get like real work done at the house.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Yep.
so like talking about the different projects is always so much fun.
Is is the approach of writing a technical book, is the approach similar to when you did the biography?
Um, there were some similarities.
Yeah.
So for both, like I like to outline. When I outlined for the technical book, I like the outline was exactly how the book went.
Mhm.
A for Fashionably Late, I did an outline, but it was very loose. So the
Okay.
chapters ended up being rearranged. What I talked about in each one was, a little different than what I originally wanted to address. So that was a big difference. It's more fun to me to write a personal story.
Yeah.
A big motivation behind it, like I said, was Olivia. I lost my mom. I wasn't super young, but I hadn't done so many of the things that I've done now when my mom died. And when she died, I was grasping at like, I wonder if she would be proud of me. I wonder if she would want me to do this. I wonder what she would have thought of this. And so I looked, I have a bunch of her stuff. So I always look at things that she wrote, and like it's usually like the budget for the week. Like it's nothing like grocery list. But I'm always like looking for messages and like looking to see, try to figure out what she would have thought. We had a pretty good relationship, but our relationship never evolved into like the adult daughter
Mm,
and mother
mhm,
type of relationship. So a lot of conversations we didn't have. Um,
mhm.
then, I moved away for college and then I got married. I never came back home, after I moved from after high school. And
Yeah.
so like, I feel like there were a lot of like gaps in our relationship. And like
Yep.
in my mind, I just wonder a lot of the things. So I wanted to make sure that I had exactly what I wanted to say to Olivia in writing, so that she would know. And so, like, to me, I loved writing that book because number one, it allowed me to kind of think back on, this chapter is about pivoting. What do I want to say about that? And
Yeah.
like, what story do I want to use in that chapter that I think is going to make the biggest impact, and that's also going to be entertaining and like meaningful, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like writing that book to me, it was incredibly different, but there were definitely also some similarities between that and the other one. The others are just so boring to me.
You're
Like even
making so many moms look lazy as hell. You wrote a love letter to your daughter,
like so
a
every chapter
whole
has
book.
a letter at the end of it. Like if you ever wonder what I think about relationships, here it is.
I'm over here like, "Oh."
Love it though, because even like it literally the letters at the end are like, dear Olivia, this, and then at the end it says love mommy. Like she doesn't call me mommy anymore, but I was like, I'm putting mommy at the
Hell
end.
yeah.
That's the name I prefer. So but like even when I talk to groups, like a lot of times groups will buy my books and use them like as a book study, or like they'll use them and then I'll come in at the end and have these conversations. One of the most meaningful conversations I had was actually at a church. So there was a grief group at a church here in Atlanta who
Okay.
used my book as like a book study for their group. And so there's a chapter in there where I talk about my experience losing my mom, and the chapter is about resilience. And so,
Yeah.
talking about what my experience was like after that. But I talk about that experience, and one of the most meaningful conversations I think, ever had about the book was with a gentleman from that group. Like after he came up to get his book signed, and he had like a bunch of stuff highlighted. He was like, "Well, tell me what you were thinking when you wrote. Like, we had a really probably like 10-minute conversation, but it was just so amazing to me because he was the opposite of what my audience was when I wrote
Sure.
that. Like, I wrote the book for girls, and to have him come up and he was like, I love the letter at the end, like the letter you wrote to Olivia, it really touched my heart. I'm like, oh my God. But like being able to see the impact of that book on so many different people and different types of people in different spaces has
Yeah.
been like, it's been life changing for me. And because of that, like, I'll never stop creating things. I'm always going to be creating.
Do you know? Like people talk to me and they say, "Oh, you planning on retiring and all this stuff?" You know, when they're complaining about Social Security age and stuff like that. I'm like, "No, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
probably gonna find me at my drawing desk, just like cold,
like, oh,
just cold. It's just
done. He's done.
that's it."
Yeah, because like I don't imagine ever. Like, I think sometimes I wonder, like, I wonder how it would be if I went back to the hospital, especially like when work is slow, and I maintain my nursing degree. So I'm like, should I go back? Like, not full time, but like, part time, dip my toe in. I'm like, I can't imagine clocking in. I can't imagine
No,
like
have you not been watching The Pit?
no, I haven't, but it's on my list. It's on my list, but like I can't like imagine having to be in a building all day and not be able to leave until somebody tells me I can. I'm like, how did I live
And
like
you're
that?
exhausted. Yeah. I look back at some of the times when I worked in like big advertising agencies and stuff. And the amount of work I put out and my paycheck never moved. I was on salary and it was ignorant. The the amount of time I clocked for these people was ignorant.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't I
I
work
mean,
like
I
that for me now.
have people who do that because my husband is one of them. So keep doing
Yeah,
that. If
keep
you got,
doing it.
but
We need you.
just like entrepreneurship isn't for everybody, the 9 to 5 is also not for.
Yep. I work too hard for 9 to 5. I work way too hard for 9 to 5.
Yeah, there's no way I would feel appropriately compensated
Yeah,
for what I do at a
yeah.
9 to 5 salary job.
Because I do everything. Like,
Mhm.
I've been hired to be a programmer. When they find out I do design too, they leverage that. Then they find out I do animation. They'd, move them over to the commercials, and then they find out that I do over here, and I just
Yeah, yeah.
"Nah, nah,
Mm-mm.
I'm good."
That's so fun.
Do you draw and paint and stuff like that?
Um, I dabble. Like, that's
Yeah.
not something that I brag about, but
You have an iPad?
I do. I have an iPad.
Get
I
yourself
proc-
either you have Procreate? Yep,
mhm.
there you go. That's all
Again,
you need to dabble.
I
That's
do
all you
yeah,
need.
I do a whole bunch of stuff, like, and that's not one that I want to, like, make anything out of. It's just like a fun little,
Yeah, yeah.
I like have so I call myself, I am an analog girl. Like, I'm not a digital girl so much as analog. So I use like a paper planner, I journal,
Mhm.
like I write in a journal.
Yeah.
Like, so Olivia can find them as an adult, like, oh wait, what let me see
You are the coolest mom ever. You're the coolest mom ever.
but I use like I write on paper, so I'll doodle in there. It'll be like,
Yeah,
okay, I had a book event, so I'll draw like a stack of books. Like, it's just, it's for
yeah,
fun. It's for fun.
yeah. When you're not entrepreneuring, what do you do
Oh,
to
I'm
unwind?
still a big reader.
Yeah,
I Now that I do on my iPad. I have an iPad Mini just because it's just, how many books can you have in that thing? You can have, millions of
all of
books.
them.
Um, yeah, so I sometimes I do read a paper book because I do have I have a library card and I'll go to the library sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Do you know
so
about Hoopla?
Hoopla, what's Hoopla?
Hoopla is an app that's connected to the public library system, and you get access to movies, TV shows, books, audiobooks.
So here we have Libby. It's called Libby,
Yeah.
Libby. It's probably similar. Although I don't know if there's like visual media on there, but we do have access to the library books. I don't
Mm.
like it because they only had like, I don't feel like they have enough copies. Even like the digital copies, it's
Yeah.
only a certain number that can be checked out at a time.
Oh, huh.
Yeah. So the one you're talking about might actually be better in that sense. But here it's like connected to, I guess they license, they probably
Yeah.
license 5 copies of each book. And if it's a popular book, you have to get on the wait list and it'll be like, oh, the book is gonna I mean, I'll just buy it.
Yeah. For real. Yeah.
I have Amazon Unlimited, so I get a lot of them for free anyway, because when you have that
Nice.
subscription. Um, but otherwise, yeah, I don't want to wait. I'm just not that type of girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
What
yeah,
kind of, besides your iPad mini, do you leverage technology much, or are you mostly like, do you have a card catalog of all your contacts and stuff? Or you?
not that bad. I do I do have a vinyl collection. So I love physical, you know,
Nice.
sticks. I do vinyl. I want to get like redo my CD collection. I still have like, did you ever have like the big giant book of CDs and then you just
Yeah.
I found that like at Christmas.
Yeah.
I found it. I'm like, okay, now I need a CD player, but now, okay, I want a record player and CD player all in one. So I can just have like
Uh-huh.
a library of physical media. I love physical media. But no, I don't have a card catalog. My contacts. I do carry business cards though. Like I am really like I'm
I
having
have
this.
business cards too. I had to get back into that.
Yeah, I don't like the digital cards.
Yep.
Um,
Not everybody has their phone. Not everybody wants to have their phone.
Exactly. I mean, not everybody's going to keep up with a business card either, but it just makes me feel good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there you go. This
Mm-hmm.
fine. So yeah, I really am old school. Like, you're really making me realize how old I am.
No, and I say that because I have no idea how old you are. I don't even care. But for me, being in the transition from not even having an answering machine,
Mm.
like we used to call people, and if they weren't home, they just weren't home.
They never knew you called.
Ever. There's no caller ID. We used to get
Oh,
tricked, all the bill collectors and everybody calling to get in. And I'm like, I'm just trying to talk to my friend.
all right. So I will say I'm slightly younger than you. Okay. Um, But I learned how to type on a typewriter.
There you
But
go.
yeah, but right when I learned, so we used to have to take typing classes,
Yeah.
and the year I learned how to type, the next year they had computers. And I was like, I want to learn on a computer. And it was weird. Like it was weird using a computer keyboard after learning how to
Mhm.
type on a typewriter. I remember this is how much of a nerd I was. One year, one year for Christmas, I may have been 11 or 12. Like the only thing on my Christmas list was a typewriter, a typewriter. And I was like, I just want to type. I want to type my letters. And
I have things to say.
yes, I just want to be able to type. And they got it for me. I'm like, I don't even know where that is. Probably I should check with my dad and see if it's in storage. But yeah, I begged for a typewriter for Christmas. Such a
That's
nerd.
fun. One year I begged for a a tape recorder.
Mm, okay.
You remember the one the tape was down here, the buttons were on the end and the speaker
Yes.
was on the
Oh,
other end?
yes.
I was recording everything. What?
One year I asked for a boom box, and I did use the boom box to record the music from the radio. You know
Yep.
how they had
Did
like the
that too.
there we go, to do that. That thing
Uh,
it had the CD player on top and then the 2 cassette players. Yeah.
you had to want it back then.
You did. You did. That was
Now it's like they give it to you. Now everything is handed to you. Well,
yeah, I
you
was
used to have to work back in the day.
yes, yes. I was just
We
talking to
used to have to track down software so we could learn Photoshop and,
someone.
we used to have to jump through hoops to
Yes, that is so true. You couldn't have yeah, you would have to be recording, like, editing out the DJ, making the noise at the beginning of the song, and I feel like they would do it on purpose because they knew you were recording, like,
they
"No,
had to be, and you're like, "You never talked this long."
exactly, they got the horns, like, you're messing up the intro. Like, stop talking.
And then when people started using music for, like, their, when you got their voicemail,
Oh, voicemail, okay, yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
it'd start with, like, some Jodeci or something, and then someone
yes.
would be like, "Hey, leave your number."
That's it, yes. Yeah, oh man, those were the days. Those were the days. And now we have social media. Everything's
And
completely
now yeah, and now the alternative is everybody's in your business.
right, right. Yeah,
There has to be a happy medium somewhere. There
I'm su
has to be.
I'm sure. But it's
Yeah,
like my struggle with social media is, I don't have anything personally against it. It's just it almost it feels like you have to be on social media to have a successful product, or you have to
yeah,
have like some type of presence. And like I don't like having to do that in order to be successful. But like it's like you meet people now. Like if I go to a networking event, it's like, oh, what's your Instagram? Like they ask for your Instagram instead of
before anything else, yeah.
or I'm like, "Oh, my Instagram. I've started telling people I don't have one. I don't have one. I have a small digital footprint.
I have a theory,
What is it?
and it's kind of like a I I've worked in Hollywood and la la la, so I'm kinda tainted by that world, but, um, the people that have money have figured out that people will do the majority of the work if you just hold that carrot in front of them. So they want you to build up your audience and they want you to do all of the marketing.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
you come to them, you're in shambles and and they're
Yeah.
on the TV or Shark Tank and shit. And you're
Yeah.
like in shambles because you've given your whole entire life to this IP. And then
Yeah.
they're like, eh.
Uh, it's just all right.
And so they force you to do everything, and then now with social media, now,
Yeah.
you can grow your audience, and I think who was it? I think it was Kevin Hart was one of the first people to ever be like, "Yeah, no, you gotta pay me to advertise on my Instagram."
Yeah. Yeah.
And people were like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Yeah, no, 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 that was my hard work."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and I love that for him. I need to be in that place where people are paying me that you have to have the
Yeah,
audience. Like
"Give
you
me
have
money to be me.
exactly.
Give me money so I can be me over
Yes,
there."
send me some clothes to wear. Send me money to go shopping because this is
That fits perfectly into the podcast too.
yeah, yeah. One day, with your help, I can get there.
We're gonna take a peek under the hood, see what you guys are running over there.
Okay. I love it.
So you guys are currently actively looking for creators for the BES app?
So we do like a quarterly window where
Mhm,
we are accepting applications for creators. And I think the window is still open for this first quarter of
mhm.
20. If not, it just closed. I'm sure there are still applications trickling in now, but yeah, so the next one will be quarter two.
Yeah, and then walk me through that process. If I wanted to, um, pitch something to you guys, And we already went through the list. It has to be educational. It has to be age 0 to 10. The creator or the main character has to be Black.
Yes.
If you fit that criteria, you apply, you send in the application.
So we have, it's really easy, actually. It's a Google form
Hmm.
that you complete, and you fill in all of your information. Most of it's like demographic. Who are you? What's your show about? If you already have a show, that's ideal. If you already have a show that fits the parameters, that's
Hmm.
ideal. Ask for a sample of that. So a lot of people will just
Okay.
put do it. And then the curators will take a look and say, yeah, this is something that we want. Or, sometimes people will just have like one pilot episode. And that was something that I forgot to mention. We do require 5 episodes before you can have like your channel started. So if it's something that, that they think is a good idea or a good fit, they'll reach back out and say, hey, your content looks great. Um, do you have any more episodes, or get us 4 more, get them over to us, and we'll get your channel started. So the full process, if it's already content that's available, the
Hmm.
process is about a month, I believe, right now, before it's completely, that your channel's created and all of your content is there.
From application to channel, it's about a month,
I would say, yeah, right.
roughly. Okay.
Really also depends on like what else is needed, because we
Hmm.
have um, someone on the team who helps create like the thumbnails. So a lot of, just to make sure that they are congruent
Hmm.
across the work, we have those created. Some shows don't have the intro, so especially a lot of people that do like the YouTube, they just jump right on and start talking, which is fine, but we'll help them create an intro for their show. And
Hmm.
then we have the House of Wonder show that I mentioned that Olivia hosts, which is like a Sesame Street, basically like a Black Sesame Street. So that show is actually made up of multiple producers.
Nice.
So if people have just like several shorts that they want to use, we can use those. You can sometimes incorporate those into the House of Wonder episodes as well. So there's a lot of different options and ways that people can become involved. And I always get so excited when the application season is open, just to see what's coming through.
Yeah.
Or people will like post on or like comment under some of the posts from the network and say, hey, I have content. And then like I go over to the page like, yes, let's please make sure you do the application. So it's not my job, but I love
It's
lending
one
it.
of the perks.
And yes, I love seeing that. So
That's excellent. Yeah. So there, if you're a creator and you want to teach, you're a big fan of education, we have an outlet for you.
yes.
But be careful, it's run by a bunch of motivated people. They
We will push you. We will push you to work. If you give us 5 good episodes, guarantee we're gonna ask you for 5 more. Just, you know,
yeah. And
we're
then
gonna
how do creators get paid?
So currently, there is no pay structure for our producers. We give our producers the ability to maintain control of their work. So for example, if there's someone who's really successful on YouTube, for example, we let them, hey, keep it on YouTube if you're getting paid over there, and
Yeah.
then we can put duplicate work or original work here on the network. They are looking at, and I don't this is something I should know. It's a trick question. We are talking about the capability of people to subscribe specifically to certain networks. So, for example, if you were to create a show and you had a channel on the network, instead of
Mhm.
people subscribing to the network as a whole, they can subscribe to your channel and they say, oh, I only want to see Carlos's stuff, or I only want to see the Black Lion stuff because I don't have kids, but I want to watch.
Yeah.
Um, they can subscribe to your channel, and then you would be able to keep a percentage of that subscription. I believe it was like 80/20 or something like that.
Okay.
So that is one way that our producers can get paid, either currently or very soon. That will but yeah, so that's one way, and I think that's going to be the first way, because honestly, the network, we launched it in 2022,
Mhm.
but that was kind of like a soft launch. We really just started, trying to get some publicity around it and really pushing it and hoping to get it in several households. So it's just now got into profitability here at
Nice.
the end of last year. And so now,
Congratulations. That's big.
thank you so much. Now that we are at profitability, now we're starting to have more of those conversations about paying our producers, making sure that in addition to the maintenance and the keeping it ad free and all those things, like
Mhm, mhm.
the operations of the network, that we're now able to kind of see what's left and, work with our producers to help them get paid too.
Yeah. Yeah, for those folks that are maybe got a little uncomfortable with the no pay structure thing, you have to take a look at the advantage of this. It's basically you're going directly to filtered content with an established entity that's not going anywhere. And we're learning that they're actually doing this more for the benefit of the app than it is anything else.
Mhm.
So, you know, and they're telling you that it's okay if you find a different way to get money, you
Right.
know.
Exactly.
If you find a different way to get money and attention on your product, it's going to help BES, and the same thing, BES can help you too.
Exactly. Yeah. And then another thing that we are doing, so a lot of our producers are like me, where we're creative and, I'll produce a show, but I also have a product. I have a book that I sell. I have a
Mhm.
mentorship program. So one of the things that we are also doing with our higher viewing uh, producers is making sure that we're getting them out into these different events. So BES is a big part of my job, actually, is kind of building the bridge between the network and the public in general. A lot of that involves going to outreach opportunities, conferences, expos, and things like that, and having a space for BES. So a lot of our producers, like I said, have books or have toys or products or services. And so we're allowing them to come and sell their products at the BES table, or use their products
Oh,
as an
cool.
incentive to get subscribers. So one of the things that we did recently out in California is, a couple of our producers were there, and what they did, they priced basically they gave away their products for anyone who subscribed to the network, and then BES paid them for their products. So they get a subscription, and their book, they usually, get $20 for their book.
Yeah,
BES will then give them the $20 because they got a subscription.
that's cool.
Yeah. So, there's, although there's not like, here's a check for
Sure.
there's still so many opportunities and
And
incentives
let me
for.
tell you, let me tell you, it's hard work trying to blow up on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard work
So
anyway.
think of it, you can easily think of it as like it sounds like a really good networking opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. We have fun over here. We actually have a big event coming up at the end of February
Yeah,
here in Atlanta, where it's a family event. So we are wanting to have parents and families come out, but a lot of our producers are going to be here too, and it's going to be a lot of their first time meeting.
awesome.
So I'm excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's a fun place to be. If you love creating, you love kids, and you know, it's the place to be.
That sounds wonderful. I've
Mhm.
been tell I've been telling people for a long time, I really miss Schoolhouse Rock.
Uh,
Uh, it even the Cosby Kids, because that was educationally backed.
mhm.
And obviously, the Mr. Rogers and everything he did and blah, blah, blah.
Do you remember? Okay, I'm gonna age myself for real now. This was actually after. This was before my time, but my mom had them because she was a teacher. Did you ever know of like the letter people, like literacy? I feel like it was records, like 45s with like different letters of the alphabet, and there was like a song for each one. And this was, I don't think it was on TV at all, but it was. I wonder if this is something that only teachers had now. I'm so curious. See, these are the questions I would be asking my mom because my dad has no idea.
Yeah.
You don't remember the letter
I
people?
don't remember those records, but there's so many things that people have done. Like probably the closest thing to an educational record me and my siblings had growing up was Sesame Street Disco.
This guy familiar. That's
Oh, if you can track that down, it was wonderful.
to
It
find it.
was
Yes,
wonderful.
I
There
randomly
was a
thought
song.
of the letter people, just randomly, and I was like, I wonder if it's on YouTube, and I was able to find like a couple of videos. I was like, oh,
Oh, cool.
damn. I'm pretty sure that's how I learned to read the
I
letter.
don't remember the letter people, but that is awesome.
You have to look at if, and like
Yeah.
I've a person that learns better through song. Like I can
Hmm.
most hip hop songs like off the rip because I remember music so much easier. So like having that type, and that's another one of the things I love about BES is like a lot of things are set to music. And if
Nice.
they're like me who learn better that way, like it's a phenomenal place to be.
Being a writer, did you ever write rap music or music at all?
No, but I need to put
No.
that on my list.
You should. Let me tell you, last
Oh, you know what?
year,
That's not true. That's not true.
tell
I
me.
so my daughter, before she started hosting um House of Wonder, she did voiceover for a show called Black in Time. And so that was like her first series on the
Uh-huh.
network. And so she was probably like 8. But I wrote her intro song and it's a rap. It's like
Yes, ma'am.
one of my friends is a producer. Like we went to his studio, like he produced
Take
it,
that, Ice Cube.
and she was like, "Yes."
Take
So
that,
yeah, and I need to add
Andre 3000.
to my to my list of credentials. Yes, I have written a rap. Yeah,
I
yeah,
last year I wrote a song and I did the studio session and everything.
yeah.
It it's incredible how much fun it is.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. Man, I wrote a diss track to rappers that do their own graphic design.
Please tell me it's on YouTube. Please.
It is. I'll
I,
I'll send it to you. I'll
please,
send it to you.
yes, I need to hear this.
Yeah. Um there's some rapper that so I'm kind of I've been tapped into the Chicago hip hop scene. I was working on a documentary and stuff.
Wow.
And um and so I have a lot of friends in the rap in the game from out there, right? And I was on Facebook and someone said it was during COVID too, and someone said, just because y'all got a lot just because y'all got a lot of extra time on your hands don't mean you're gonna be a good rapper. And I said, this bitch, you do I saw your album cover, it's terrible.
Oh man.
So I wrote a diss track.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I definitely that's happening as soon as we get done. I gotta go hear it.
Uh
That's so funny.
That is it, and it was a great time. It was a great time, and that's one of those things, like, I'm assuming you're a lot like this too, because 'cause you've written 5 books and you've done all these things, like, for me, if it's a learning experience, I'm in,
Yeah, yeah, same.
I'm in. If it's writing a rap song, if it's jumping out of a plane, if it's I'm about to go get licensed for scuba diving.
Really,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. What were
adventures.
you saying? Yeah, you're saying adventurous and you're looking for
Yeah, I don't know what
I'm like that too.
gonna do next, but I definitely want to go skydiving, but I don't have
Do it.
anybody. will do it with me.
Oh, do it.
Nobody,
It
I
was,
feel like nobody has to do it with me because somebody has to be alive if I go splat, right?
yeah, but you don't think of it that way. You think of it as, so number one, I went with my sister and we jumped out of the plane and we landed, and it was such a satisfying adrenaline rush. They said the next plane is about to leave. You want in? I said, yep.
Oh wow, twice?
And I looked at my sister. I said, you want in? She says, I don't have the money. I said, come on.
I
I
got you.
paid for her. We went right back up and jumped right back down.
Uh,
It
yes.
is, and if there is any doubt or any kind of, the way I describe it is if there's any rust on your life that it's kind of weighing you down, jump out of a plane. That rust is gone. Your limbs feel better, like
Yeah.
everything. You're just like ready to go.
Hey, you've convinced me. I'm doing it before my next birthday. It gives me
Do it.
about 9 months to figure it out. It's happening.
Do it. Oh, it's so good. Everyone that I talk to, if I get to talk to them before they do it,
Mhm.
when they do it, they're like, "Yep, you're right."
Yeah, we're gonna be texting you, Carlos. Guess what I did?
As you're falling, ah.
Why did I let you convince me to do this? Do
Yeah.
you have your eyes open, or were they closed?
You have goggles,
Okay.
and so there's one point. I actually have this video up on YouTube too, where I actually did it. But there's one point, you're trying to be brave, and you're like, whatever, whatever, and you have the goggles on, and you're like, am I gonna die? And then you're like, no, you're gonna be fine. And then right when there's like this tipping point when you're leaning out the
Okay.
plane,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like,
and
wait.
you poop just a little, and then you fall, and then it takes you a couple moments to be like, okay, okay, all right, all right, all right, all right, cool, all right, cool. And then you're convincing yourself that you're not afraid, so you're starting to look around. you know there's someone with the camera being trying to take your picture stuff, and you're like, move, I'm trying to see.
Right, right.
And then you realize that you're falling. Once you start falling through the clouds, you're like, okay, this dude needs to go ahead and pull the parachute out,
Oh
because
yeah. Oh
we're
my God.
falling through clouds now. But it's amazing. It's amazing. It's such a good experience.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear about when you go.
I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna
Do it.
and I
Do
will
it.
let you know.
It's so much fun. Yeah. So that's why, like, I've had I'm like you. I'll get into something as long as it's constructive and education and all that stuff. I've won script writing festivals. I've had films in film festivals. It's hard for me to say no.
Yeah. Yeah. We are the
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. And like I was telling Hotep, like, you turn around and you look and you're like, man, I forgot I did that. I forgot I did
Yes.
that. I did that,
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Yeah.
I tell people when I get to heaven, Jesus is going to open up the gates. He's going to give me a high five and smack me on the ass and yell into heaven, that's how you do that.
Oh my goodness. Mhm.
Yeah. So, Candice,
Yes.
we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up.
Aw.
Unless you want I
Looking
was
at the
going to,
I just realized
yeah,
we've been talking for a long time.
yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to keep going, but what I was going to say is if there's anything else that you want to add to your path or Black Education Station, any of that stuff, let us know, and then let us know how we can find you and the app online, please.
Okay. So First, I just want to say thank you. This has been, you said the 2 hours were going to fly by, and you are so right. This has been, it's been a very fun, probably the most fun podcast I've done. Like, it's just like our conversation was just very natural, and I love that.
I appreciate that.
So thank you for having me. Um, as far as Black Education Station is concerned, I love to close all of my conversations with our mission. And our mission is to be in every Black household. So I always tell people, if you have Netflix, if you have Disney, if you have Hulu, all those other apps, you should also have Black Education Station. There's no reason that you shouldn't have a space that is safe for your children to be educated by people who look like them, that is curated by educators, that is ad-free, comment-free. It's just, to me, it's a necessity in every household. So if you don't have it, you should. I also, so you can find Black Education Station on TikTok as well as Instagram at Black Education Station. One word, of course. The website is blackeducationstation.com. If you are interested in subscribing and downloading the app, it can be found in app stores under BESTV, and that is what it's called in all of the app stores. I also want to close with just encouraging all the mothers and everyone who is a caregiver of a girl to make sure that you are having real conversations with them, making sure that you create a safe space for them to be themselves. My biggest word for my brand is authenticity. So that's something that I always try to bring to the table. And that is something that I encourage the young ladies that I work with to always put at the forefront of everything that they do. So making sure that you're creating a space for them to be their most authentic selves is so important. So please make sure you're doing that. I can be found at, I have to remember, I'm an analog girl. All right, what's my social media? It's Candice Avery Style on Instagram. I am also on TikTok, where I have started a series called The Late Shift. Late with the same letters, LATE, living authentically, transformed, and empowered. But the conversations I have are more for the adult audience, not, it's not spicy or anything like that, but, we're the same themes, but in a way that, adults can talk about it. So my TikTok is _ Candice Avery. And that's my social media. Oh, our podcast, Olivia and my podcast, can be found on YouTube at the Late Show. It's very long. It's the best I can do. The Fashionably Late Show. And that's it.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. I am so glad. Again, thank you, Mystery Black Education Station
Owners.
Yeah.
Yes. They're stealth behind the scenes. But yes, they're doing an amazing job. And again, I'm so proud to be a part of the revolution in education.
Yes, ma'am. And it's coming. It's
Yeah.
coming. There's a lot of educators that are running for office.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I think we'll see.
We need a mix is what it is.
Yeah. I'm like,
I don't mind having lawyers in there, as long as we have teachers in there, as long as we have plumbers in there, as long as we have, the house needs to be ours,
yes.
and it needs to represent us, not just lawyers, not just whomever's in there.
Agreed.
Yeah. Thank you again so much for coming on and being such a positive influence to all these wonderful young ladies that are going to watch this show and see you talking and just making it happen, and in such a positive way. I love it.
It's been a lot of fun. I got to go watch the video now.
All right, everybody. And with that, we're out.
Bye.
coconut, chestnut.